챕터 8 가정법구문.
If you truly loved yourself, you could never hurt another.
If I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 6 sharpening my axe.
Life expectancy would grow by leaps and bounds if green vegetables smelled as good as bacon.
We would never learn to be patient if there were only joy in the world.
Life would be tragic if it weren't funny.
If happiness were sold, few of us could pay the price.
Were I in your shoes, I would try to look on the bright side.
It would be kind of you if you could share your solutions with me.
If we all did just one random act of kindness daily, we might set the world in the right direction.
If I had not dared to be risky, I could never have dared to be great.
If Edison had been born before Gutenberg, books might have been distributed as sound recordings.
If you had spent more time on the project, you would have made fewer mistakes.
If I had thought of the right words, I could have told him what I was thinking.
Had he followed my advice, he would have saved face.
Accidents caused by human error might have been avoided if more safety precautions had been in place.
I would not have recommended the movie if I had read any of the reviews.
Had Asian countries been integrated with one language, there would have been less diversity in our history.
If all the ice in the Arctic should melt, many coastal areas would disappear.
If the internet were to suddenly stop functioning, the results could be catastrophic.
If the world should stop revolving, spinning slowly down to die, I'd spend the end with you.
Should you have further questions, please feel free to email or call us.
If you were to change your job right now, what would you choose?
If you were to move your chair a bit, we could all sit down.
If you had taken a different path, what would you be doing now?
If it hadn't rained in the morning, we would be on top of the mountain now.
When I read a good book, I wish my life were 3,000 years long.
I wished my real life had a delete key when I fell in front of many people.
A lazy man wishes he could get everything without effort.
The old Romans wished they had a king because they hadn't yet tasted the sweetness of freedom.
I wish I had expressed my gratitude to my parents more often.
I wish I had reserved a table in this restaurant beforehand.
Many people wished he had not been in a public office because of his dishonesty.
The city was so beautiful, and I really wished we could have stayed longer.
I always try to live my life as if there were no second chances.
Some people waste your time as if they had bought it.
He always looked happy, as if a smile were painted on his face.
He talked about my sister as though she had been a close friend.
He is a genius in communication. Otherwise, he would never be my choice for the position.
Without music, life would be a mistake.
Supposing you had been born a century ago, what differences would have been made in your life?
The benefit concert couldn't have been held without many sponsors.
But for pain, we would not appreciate pleasure.
If it were not for love, life would be quite a gloomy experience.
If it had not been for our efforts, we would be in an even more difficult position now.
It is high time that you should consider what you really want to do in the future.
In different circumstances, we could have been good friends.
What would you do in my place?
An offer of $2,000 per week might produce dozens of applicants.
To hear her sing, you would think she was an angel.
Asked for the most useful advice in life, I would say, expect difficulties always.